Are you looking for a project tracker template in Google Sheets? I'm about to show you how to build a professional project tracker that automatically updates and gives you a visual dashboard of everything that matters. So by the end of this video, you'll have a complete system that tracks progress, deadlines, budgets, and team workload all in one place. Now, if you do want to pick this up pre-built and ready for you to use, there will be a link in the description down below, so check that out. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to walk you through exactly how to build this yourself. I won't go into every single element of adding data, but I will show you the main important things along with some of the most important formulas so you can recreate this if you do have some time. So the basis of this tracker is the projects sheet. So it may be that you don't need the portfolio summary. It may be that you don't want to list tasks here or even team involvement, but you can do that should you need it. But yeah, this is the main tab which you may want to replicate. So the columns that I recommend that you add first and foremost, to walk through those, and then I'll walk you through some of the formatting and how to set it up with drop downs and things like that. But the main columns you're going to want to include, or that I would advise based on my project management experience, are a project ID, so you can quickly reference each project. Everyone is unique. Project name, obviously something short, descriptive of what that project is all about. The type, so that could be whether it's kind of an internal project or a client facing, it could be product related, etc. That's obviously going to depend on your organization and the types of projects you're working on. Project description just adds a little bit of additional context to the project name, just gives anyone who's looking at this a bit of an idea what that project's referring to. Project manager, who's responsible for it. The client department, again, may or may not need this column, but it's typically useful to add. A priority, so where does this project fall in regards to the priority of other projects? You know, is it something that needs to be worked on quickly? You know, is there a lot of focus on the organization on it? So here's a drop down: low, medium, high, and critical. Status, where is that project? Is it in the, you know, is it not started? Is it in the planning phase? Is it underway? Is it on hold? Has it been completed? Has it been cancelled? A start date, so yeah, when the project starts. A due date, when the project is forecast to complete, or when the it is anticipated to, or even a deadline for the project, I should say. When it actually ended, because then you can see if it's overrun. The percentage complete. A budget, again, you may or may not be tracking the budget on that project. The budget spent so far, so you can see the difference, you know, are you under or over budget? The health score of that project. And notes, so anywhere to add additional notes. Now, these are all just regular columns, so I've literally gone through and typed all of these in. The only thing I've changed are the drop-down columns. So to add drop-downs, you just right-click on here, click drop-down, and then the data validation rules will pop up. So this is for this one here, and then you just type them in. So low, medium, high, and critical, and you can add some colors as well. So low might be a green, critical might be a dark red, and then it's just visually better. You can do the same for status, but just be mindful of not using too many colors. It can get a bit overwhelming, but that's how you set up the drop down. So right click, drop down. Don't worry about that. It's because I've created a table, which is why that keeps coming up. If you did want to delete the drop down, you can just press this kind of trash button. So that's the main thing I've set up. The drop downs here. You may want to change these to date format. So format, number, date. So it just puts it in that style, if you like, formatting. The other thing I would have done would be adding the format as a percent in the percentage complete. I will have added some currency in here. I'm based in the UK, if you can't tell by my accent, so I've added it in pounds. And then the health score you might just want to have as a drop down with colors. You might actually want to have all this additional information like on track at risk planning, etc. I've put some emojis in here as well. So it's quite nice visually, but you might not actually need it. The other thing I've done is I selected all of this, so top left, and I did insert. Was it insert? No, I clicked on format and then I converted it to a table. So that's already been done, which is why I can't do it and it's blocked out. The other thing I then did is I just changed this color to a gray from the green that's by default. And that just makes it look visually great. And also just the way it works and operates is better as a table. So that was projects. And that's what I recommend you build as the basis of your project tracker. We've then got task list. Now, this just enables you to track the tasks more, on a more granular level. Again, task ID, task name, the project it's related to. You could set up some drop downs here. Who's the task assigned to? What's the priority of that task? What's the status? So again, just the typical kind of drop downs here. Start date, due date, estimated hours of that task, the actual hours, percentage complete, and notes, somewhere to add some additional notes as well. Now, team, again, just allows you to add anyone who's working on your projects within your organization. So you can state the team member name, their role, the department they work in, their email address or a contact address, the current projects they're working on, their workload, so you can see their capacity, and also any skills. So this can be really good for resource planning, just to see if you need to change who's working on what project or who you may need to bring in for different projects. Again, you may not need these two tabs, but they are useful. Now, before we finish up, I just want to quickly show you how I built this very, very basic dashboard. It's very, very simple. I've just done a little bit of formatting to create these different content areas and KPI cards. The active projects, all this is pretty much doing is looking at all the projects in the projects tab, and it's counting if it's active. Now, I've got that. It should be in progress, or yeah, it should be in progress. It's because I've slightly changed some of the drop downs since I built this. So let me just do this. By the way, that's dummy data. So if you build this from scratch, then it may not. So I'm just checking to see why that hasn't updated. That shouldn't be 0 because we do have a couple in progress. So that's interesting. I'm not quite sure that's not working, but I'll get that sorted. Completion rate. So again, this is looking at how many projects have completed, and it's basically doing a count on the projects and any in that complete status. Again, just make sure that, so this is completed. So this is where I've made a few mistakes. So that should be completed, or otherwise it's not going to work. There you go, we've got our 9%. Now overdue, again, that should be in progress. So I've changed my drop downs, which is why that's not quite working. Projects G. I think that's why. I think I just need to change this. There you go. I just messed up the reference. So there we go. So active projects is 5, and now this should be overdue. So this is looking at, that should be H as well, and we should have this sorted. But hopefully going through that, you can see how to resolve issues, and also you get a bit of a greater insight into the formulas as well. So there we go, that's better. We've got 5 active projects, we've got 9% completion rate, and 3 projects are overdue. Now what we've also created is this little content area where we can look at the most overdue project, the project with the highest priority, projects that are due for completion this week, those with the lowest progress, and those that have been recently completed. So there's a few different formulas in here. So it's just looking at different fields. Again, if you do purchase the template, you'll get access to these formulas, but I will just quickly show you them on screen now, just so you can get an idea what they look like. But they are running some analysis to get that, an overview of each different KPI. But as I say, this is the main tab. This is what you probably should be building. This is just added bonus if you wanted to get that template. As I say, it's in the link, the first link in the description below if you do want to pick this up. Otherwise, best of luck building this. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, drop them down below. Over to you, best of luck, and I hope you have